Thank you for listening to English with Monty. For bonus episodes, to test your English grammar, book a free 30-minute trial lesson, or to access our conversation group in London, go to linktree/English with Monty. linktr.ee/English with Monty. Today we're talking about essential phrasal verbs. Hello there, and this is English with Monty. We're moving on to episode number 69, and I have Gideon on the show. Hi, Gideon. How are you doing?
I'm fine, John.
Great.
Good to be with you.
Good to be with you too. Any news? Did you get up early? Did you pass out on the sofa? Did you run out of milk this morning?
I thought we could pick up where we left off.
Ooh, I like that one.
You know why I'm saying that, don't you? Because you gave me a clue.
I did.
As to what we're going to talk about today.
We are going to talk about phrasal verb essentials or essential phrasal verbs. When I talk about essential phrasal verbs, I suppose they're things that we use every day, aren't they? So we've just talked about a few there. I think something like get up is a bit too easy maybe, so we probably won't cover that one. Things like run out of, I think, is worth covering. How are you on this subject? What do you think about this subject? It's always a difficult one, isn't it?
I think it's essential English. One of those things, because people tell me that a lot of English grammar is quite easy and straightforward compared to other languages. Well, that might be true, but what learners do find difficult are phrasal verbs. And so it's always good to practice a few phrasal verbs. So let's do it.
I have done phrasal verbs quite a bit previously, and I thought this one is slightly different just because they're more essential, so they're a bit more focused. So maybe if as a listener you're not sure which episodes to listen to, of course listen to all of them, but these ones are in particular the more vital things, more vital phrases that we would use, more everyday phrases. We're using a bit of a prop through English Revealed, so maybe we can also give a bit of a critique on how essential we truly think they are, and if they're not as essential as we think they are, then maybe think of some alternatives or just talk about the reasons why.
There's usually an equivalent verb, which is not a phrasal verb. So I don't know, go up could be ascend or something like that. Wake up could be rise. So there's usually an equivalent, but the phrasal verbs are normally more common.
There are always equivalents, aren't they? Well, usually, as you said, equivalents, maybe not always, but they're considered more formal, aren't they? I would say a lot of the time they have French origin, do they? The more formal verbs, I would argue.
Often, yeah. And also sometimes it depends on where you are. I remember I was lost in a museum in New York many years ago. So I asked somebody for the way out and they didn't understand. That's not a phrase, that's a phrasal noun. But that they said, what? I said, well, the way out. Because, oh, you mean the exit? Because, oh, yeah, the exit. So it depends where you are as well and the level of formality.
It does, doesn't it? And that's the key, I suppose, isn't it? Phrasal verbs are more used in everyday language, aren't they? Maybe, I guess for that reason, they're a bit more informal, aren't they? Sometimes they're not always appropriate, are they? I guess we could perhaps think about that aspect as well.
They are. I'm just trying to think of an example, like to chill out is much more, I wouldn't call it slang, but it's informal language, isn't it? But it means relax. But you might say to your friends, hey, let's just chill out this afternoon, rather than let's relax. It has a more informal vibe.
Yeah, it really does, doesn't it? Whereas you probably wouldn't say to your boss, look, chill out. There's nothing wrong with the fact that I stole £500.
Yeah. I think that's a slightly different meaning of chill out, though, isn't it? Because chill out can also, when you tell people to chill out, means stop being so aggressive and frantic and calm down.
That's true. Yeah,
Hey, chill out. It's not so serious.
that's
Stop
true.
hitting me.
Hopefully, your boss
It's only
doesn't do that.
£500. Yeah.
That was all. That was all.
Yeah. And I needed it. I had to put a bet on a horse who was going to win. And I didn't want to miss the opportunity.
And that trip to Barbados really would have helped
Yeah.
me out. I
Exactly.
needed the rest. So let's have a look at these then. And definitions are not actually linked. So it'd be interesting to see your thoughts, because sometimes I find the definitions are not always the best. Sometimes they're a bit off, I would say. Not always. It'd be interesting to hear your thoughts on it. So the first one we're going to look at is wear off.
WEAR, where.
Yeah, that's right.
Has the same pronunciation as WHERE, if
It
anyone's
does.
got any doubt.
So you're absolutely right. Well, it was good to mention that in case people do have any doubt. Yeah, it's using the main verb wear, which obviously you would wear clothes potentially, and off, the preposition. So maybe we'll take it in turns a bit in the
Okay.
sense that I'll say this one and then you can do the next one. So what does this mean in terms of a definition?
Well, can I give an example instead of a definition?
Maybe that's a better start. Yeah.
So imagine that you've got a new, I was going to say girlfriend, but let's say job. And the day one is very, very exciting. And you go, wow, this is great. I love doing this. And you love all the tasks. But after a week, you're doing the same tasks and it's not quite as exciting. And after a month, you're already getting bored and all the office politics is getting you down. The sort of novelty, the newness has worn off. It's gradually disappeared to a point where it stopped. So something that's good in the beginning becomes less good, wears off. Am I
Yeah,
right?
that's
It could be
exactly
the
right.
opposite, I suppose. You don't like something at first, but then the horror wears off and it becomes good. But usually it's a downward spiral.
Yeah, that's true. I often say with students, my first thing that comes to mind is to do with drugs. So, for example, say you go to the dentist and you have a filling and they give you local anesthetic, then your mouth is like a bit numb and you can't sleep properly. But after a while, the anesthetic wears off.
Yeah. Reduces to nothing
Yeah.
kind of thing. Yeah, exactly. That's a good example.
Uh,
Both good examples, I think. Mine was
they-
also good.
That's true. They were just good in different ways, weren't they?
Yeah.
Often it's about effects, isn't it? Or something good, or it could be something bad. Normally it's possibly something good, isn't it, in your context? Like a novelty, something new and good.
So something reduces in intensity, whether it be the pleasure or the pain or the numbness. It reduces, like on a graph, a downward direction of a graph.
Okay, great. Do you want to ask me the next one?
Yeah, I hope you answer this correctly, John. Don't let me down.
What did I do this time?
No, because that's the phrasal verb to let
Oh,
down.
oh yeah.
You're not paying attention, are
No,
you?
sorry. Let down. Well, you gave an example. Maybe I can give another example. I remember last time we tried to do a podcast, you let me down because you just didn't even turn up.
It's all right. I think
Yeah,
I was washing my hair.
fair enough. It takes a while, doesn't it?
Yeah. The shampoo let me down.
The shampoo let
It,
you
it, pro
down.
it promised it would turn the clock back 20 years.
It's to disappoint. It's normally when you've made a promise, isn't it? Or you've said you're going to do something, and when you don't do something, the other person is upset or disappointed. It's like, oh my God, you just
Yeah.
had to be there and you let me
Yeah.
down.
I think a lot of music fans will be thinking of the Beatles song, Don't Let Me Down.
Yeah.
I suppose it could be Don't Disappoint Me. Don't disappoint me. I won't sing, but probably wouldn't work as well, would it?
Well, I guess that's one of the
Especially if
reasons.
I'm singing it
Yeah, you're not the
instead of
Beatles.
Paul McCartney. Yeah, exactly.
There's a reason why he's famous and you not so much.
Yeah.
At least in singing, obviously.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
famous on
But
YouTube.
does he know how to define phrasal verbs? Maybe he
Well,
does.
that's the
We'll
question,
ask him
isn't it?
next time.
Let's give him a call and see what he says. That song just wouldn't have worked, would it? If you say, don't disappoint me. It's not the same, is it? I suppose
No.
that's why phrasal verbs are quite interesting. They're a bit more punchy, aren't they?
Mhm.
Shorter. lend themselves maybe a bit more to rhyming or poetry, perhaps. Let's say that.
Yeah.
Do you think it'll catch on?
Well, actually, that's the next phrasal verbs. I got an example of that one.
Oh, great.
Okay, to catch on. So you've got to imagine if you invent a new word, okay, whatever the word is, zig, whatever,
Or
and
shkababadopadopop.
yeah, okay. Let's stick with Zogzig. It's easier. And then you use it amongst the family and then amongst your room or your acquaintances. And then they started using it in the village. And then the village uses it in the town. And eventually it catches on so that people are using it throughout the country and throughout the English speaking world. So to catch on means to become popular gradually, I think. Yeah.
It doesn't have to be gradually, though, does it? It could be quite an immediate thing, don't you think?
Yeah, maybe. You release a song and it sells 1 million copies in the first day, you'd say it was a big success. But if it took a couple of weeks, you say it took a couple of weeks to catch on, but then it sold a lot. No?
I suppose so. Yeah, I guess you're right. It probably is more commonly used that way, isn't it? That's very true.
I get the impression it's sort of an evolution. Something becomes popular.
That example that you gave, has that ever happened with a word?
I think all words, all new words.
Oh, really?
How do words get invented in the first place? Well, it could be through translation, but usually you can't just impose vocabulary on a country. No, just a few people using it, and then more and more people start using it.
So be perhaps slang expressions to begin with.
I'm thinking of a word or a phrase that has become very popular in the last, I know, 6 months, and that is AI slop, which I'm seeing everywhere. I'm sure you know it, John. AI slop, this sort of crap produced by AI, whether it be video or pictures or even text or even music. And now it's everywhere as we speak and is frankly really annoying. And it's called AI slop. And I think I must have heard that about 6 months ago, but now you're seeing that phrase being used everywhere.
It's caught on as a phrase.
So it's caught on, yeah. So
Hmm.
that's what I wanted to say. Yeah, it's caught on.
But also, as well, the other way of using it is to understand something, isn't it?
Oh, yes, that's true. I didn't quite catch on to what you meant or something like that. More like to understand. So you got to be careful with phrasal verbs because sometimes they have two very different meanings. I think this is a good example, isn't it?
It really is, isn't it? Yeah, it's pretty different, isn't it? Often we'd say, I mean, sometimes we use it quite sarcastically, don't we? And maybe you're explaining something in class, in school or something, and you're just not getting it at all. And then suddenly you're like, ah, and you're like, Smith, he's finally caught on.
Yeah, exactly. I think a synonym would be like to get something. You said he finally gets it. You could use it like that.
To get something, I think, is a nice expression, isn't it? In that context, literally means to
Yeah,
understand something, doesn't it?
yeah, it does.
The penny has dropped. We use that expression as
Yeah,
well.
nice expression.
It means in that moment you've realized what it is. Okay, great. Next one.
The next one, to live up to. So I'm desperately trying to think of an example here. Maybe you can.
Okay, sure. So I thought the concert of Coldplay didn't live up to my expectations.
Okay, yeah. In a way, that's also less good than you thought, disappointed, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose it's about expectation, isn't it? Living up to something, but it is about disappointment. Well, we don't always use it negatively, do we?
I think usually you're
Yeah.
right. You wouldn't say, this really lived up to my expectations. You probably would just express it differently. It was great, it was as good as I thought it would be. It's not, you might use this phrase, it didn't live up to my expectations. I don't know what
Yeah.
expectations I have of Coldplay.
Don't know if there are any Coldplay fans out there, but I didn't go to a Coldplay concert.
Can
So
I tell you what always lives up to my expectations?
my podcast.
Yes, exactly.
I thought
Your
it might do.
podcast, John.
Your YouTube channel always
Exactly.
lives up to
Always.
my expectations as
Oh,
well.
well, there you are. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. As the
Indeed.
saying goes.
Indeed. That's why we're a perfect combination. So it is a good little phrase, though. Definitely more frequently used than the negative, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. definitely.
So the next one would be stand for.
To stand for. I think of Superman, isn't he? Freedom, justice, and the American way. That's what he stands for. Have I got that right?
Isn't he from Kryptonite?
But that's what he
American.
says, isn't it?
Does he?
I don't think Donald Trump would say that. So you stand for something you support or you believe in. It can also be, again, has a second meaning, an abbreviation. So what does NATO stand for? What does UN stand for? So UN, United Nations, that's what it stands for.
It's probably more commonly used that way, though, isn't it? With abbreviations.
Well, it depends if you have any morality, John.
Maybe I
Or
don't. Maybe
belief in anything.
the
Some of
reason
us
why.
do stand for things in this
What,
critical days of difficult times.
what do you stand for?
Freedom, John, you know I love freedom.
Yeah, that's true. But what about the next one? This one is a really easy one, isn't it?
To eat out. Yeah. Popular to eat in as well, especially during COVID. A lot of people decided to eat in.
Do we tend to say eat in? I guess we do, don't we? It depends on the context.
I think it's became more popular, isn't it? So we're going to eat in.
I suppose so. Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
eat out. I don't want to do any cooking. Let's eat out this evening. Let's go to a restaurant, really, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. That's what it's about, isn't it? It's literally going to a restaurant, a cafe, somewhere that does food. It's quite self-explanatory.
It's strange though, you don't say let's drink out, do you?
No, we don't. No.
You don't say let's drink out. I always find it strange. Let's eat out this evening. I don't want to make coffee at home. Let's drink out. No, you can't say that. Let's go to the cafe.
That is a curious one. I
Oh.
haven't thought about that. I guess if you talking about alcohol, you normally say go for a drink, don't you?
Well, we could try using it, then it might catch on.
If it catches on, maybe we'll become rich.
Maybe. Why? You get royalties for inventing a word, John.
You
Got
don't.
bad news for you. Every
Oh,
time someone uses it, you get a penny. No, I'm
that,
afraid
that
no, it doesn't work like that.
that's a disappointment, isn't it? It's just like the guy that tried to charge the tube for doing all the announcements, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, yes, indeed.
He didn't get hired, did he?
But I think his mind the gap. He was hired to say mind the gap, wasn't he? Every time I use it, I want to be paid. And they said, well, no, we don't want that. So we get somebody else.
Well, it would cost him a fortune, wouldn't it?
Because there are lots of gaps on the underground.
That's very true. Okay, drop in.
To drop in, which means that if you hear a knock on the door on a Wednesday afternoon, John, you're not expecting anybody around lunchtime. It's me. I thought I'd eat out. It might be me turning up at your doorstep to come for a free lunch. I just dropped in. Say
That's
hello.
nice. I'll give you a free lunch. I'm happy to
Yeah,
do that.
good.
Because I guess we would also say drop by as well, wouldn't we?
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
How is that different? Are they different?
I think drop in is just maybe it's more literally drop in. You go inside somewhere. So I thought I'd drop by. You're passing by. I think they're both quite similar meaning.
I would have thought drop off is probably a bit more common.
Drop off.
Yeah. But obviously, we've got drop in here, but I would have said drop off is perhaps more commonly used than drop in.
To mean what?
To drop somebody off at the airport.
I see what you mean. It's a different meaning though. That's a different phrasal verb.
Yeah, no, it is. But I was just thinking that maybe it should be in this essentials list.
Well, I didn't write the essentials list.
Well, no, neither did I. But I just thought you got drop in. Maybe drop off is a slightly better word, phrasal verb to include. I guess drop off would be your friend takes you to the station or to the airport. So it's the opposite of pick up, isn't it, in this case?
I guess so, yes.
Or you can drop off as well, can't you, in terms of sleeping?
Oh yeah, that's another drop off. You
Yeah,
see, whatever you think, there could be another one lurking.
often, yeah. Because with sleeping, it means that you don't really plan to go to sleep and maybe you're sitting in your chair and you're tired and then suddenly you start to fall asleep.
The next one is find out. I'm thinking that most of your listeners would know this one. It's a very common one,
It is a common
I
one, isn't it?
hope.
I found out that Gideon is in fact Batman.
Yeah, it's a good example. Yeah, it's true. That's true. I just come from the Bat Cave, the French.
What
Le
is it
Bat
in
Cave.
French? The Batcave.
I assume they would just say Le Bat Cave. Chauve-souris, is it like bald mouse, I think a bat is, or something.
Interesting.
I just remember the French word for bat, something like that.
It's to discover something, isn't it? Become aware of something. I'm glad I found that out actually, because it's quite useful.
Did you find out anything this week?
Yeah, I did.
What's
I
that?
told you just before we came on air, the Charlie Booker thing. I found that out.
Charlie Booker is the guy that wrote Black Mirror. And you
That's
told me that he used to work in a electrical exchange shop in
yes.
London, and he used to chat to the customers when he was like a kid, as a teenager or something, and he made become very successful.
Don't know if he was a teenager. He might have been a teenager, I suppose. Apparently, he was the man that helped them become successful to begin with because he was doing cartoons and getting people in the shop. There we go. And people probably know which brand I'm talking about, but we're not going to mention it
Okay.
unless they want to sponsor us.
Okay, well, I'm sure they can check online.
Indeed. Oh, next one. I quite like this one. Feel up to.
So feel up to means, again, I think it's one of these that you use more often than negative. You feel up to something means you have the energy to do something. I don't feel up to going out. I don't feel up to dealing with the guys at the door.
The angry looking guy that looks as if he's going to rip your head off. You mean that
Yeah,
guy?
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And maybe you're sick or something. I don't want to go out this evening. I don't feel up to it.
Feeling, yeah, a bit sick, or maybe you're tired or you don't have the energy. That's usually how it's used. I think it's a good expression. I like it.
It is used negatively, isn't it?
Yeah, we don't tend to say I feel up to it unless you've maybe felt sick.
Recovering.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
recovering. So maybe we're going out tonight. You've had the flu, haven't you? And you'd like, oh no, it's okay. I feel up to it.
Hmm.
Next one.
Throw up. Oh, I don't know how this one got in there, but
Why not?
yeah, it means to vomit, isn't it?
Well, it's a common one, isn't
Yeah, I wasn't going to give you any examples.
it?
That's what it means to
Yeah.
vomit.
It's pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? I think most people know what vomit means. Maybe if you eat something bad, or no, you've been out drinking and you've drunk far too much, probably at the end of the night, you'll end up throwing up
Yeah,
in the
I think
street,
so.
maybe. Not a pleasant thought.
So the next one is work out.
Well, I guess workout has a couple of meanings, doesn't it? And I could say I've been working out at the gym. That's why I've got such big muscles.
Pity this isn't a video. Everyone could see your bulging biceps.
Well, that's why I didn't want to put it on the video because then they might be distracted, and I didn't want
Yeah,
them to be. I wanted
good
them to
call.
be concentrating on English.
Good call. Mm.
I thought so.
Yeah.
There is another way of using it, isn't there?
So I find the answer to something. Can't work this out. Hope you can work out the phrasal verbs from the context. You can work out the phrasal verbs from the context.
You can.
Yeah, to understand, to solve, kind of thing.
Exactly. If we talk about workout as well in terms of a gym context, it's probably more likely to be with weights, isn't it? I suppose you can think about something aerobic, but often we do think about it being more to do with building your muscles, don't we?
Yeah, yeah.
Next one, fill in.
Fill in, or is it fill out?
Wow, that's a good question. That's what I was going to say to you. What's the difference? Is there any difference?
I think it's American versus British, isn't it?
Oh, is it? That's an interesting one.
Could be more than one meaning, isn't there? But I think it just means like to complete
Hmm.
something, to put in the things in the gaps. You have a form, you fill it in. What's your name? What's your address? Where you from? Etc. That's to fill in. I actually, because I think I use them interchangeably, I think fill in is more common in British English and fill out is more common in American English. Am I right?
I don't really
I,
know. You might be right, but I'm sure people would say to you, fill out the form as well in the UK. But
Philip is British, isn't it?
is it?
Isn't it?
I don't know. That'd be an interesting one to look up. I don't know. At least for me, I can imagine somebody in the UK saying fill out as just as much as saying fill in.
Okay.
But you might be right. It might be the
Yeah.
difference between American English and British
I
English.
think
But
one is more common rather than it's obligatory,
okay.
one place or another.
I guess the other way of using it, we could say, can you fill me in?
Oh, yeah. Can you let me know the missing information?
It's like bringing somebody up to date with it, isn't it? Possibly gossip. Can you fill me in about Beryl? What happened to her?
Exactly, yeah.
I think this one is quite interesting.
Yes.
It's about
Hang
to say
up.
something. Yes, that's the one. Hang up. This is interesting, isn't it? Can you give an example, maybe? Maybe relate it to the reason why we use it, the historical reason.
Yeah, I can. It is something I know about. So if we're having a disagreement, I might say, I'm not going to speak to this guy anymore. And I hang up the phone. Yeah. And these days, hang up, basically, you just press a button on your phone, don't you?
You do,
You press
yeah.
that's what you do, press a button. There's no hanging, there's no up. But it used to be like a long time ago where the phones were like on a hook, very high up. And you used to literally had to put it up on the hook to end the conversation. So that's why I hang up.
I guess we still use it though, don't we? Do you think it will ever change? Do you think we'll ever say something like press the no button or something like that?
No, but there are tons of these old technology still lingers in the language, doesn't it?
It
For
does.
centuries, like, hold on to your hats or something like that. No one wears a hat. When
Yeah.
something exciting is going to happen, you might say that.
Yeah, that's true.
Hold your horses, like, don't move so fast. So all this old technology. Yeah, that could be a good subject.
Maybe we
Hmm.
should talk about that in another episode because I
Yeah.
quite like that. The fact that we use it from, as you say, past technology. I remember us speaking about the fact that the Italians say when they pick up the phone, which is like ready, isn't it?
I heard that was because they will had to sort of took them like 5 minutes to check that everything was in working order before they could have a conversation. So, okay, ready now.
Oh,
Is that
yeah.
right?
That sounds familiar. I don't know if that's the true explanation, but it does sound about right. I guess you could use hang up in a different way as well, couldn't you? You could hang up your jacket in the wardrobe, or you could hang up a picture frame as well, couldn't you?
Is that a phrasal verb? Or is it a verb with a positional
Oh,
preposition? You hang and you put it up
oh, yeah, good point.
because you're literally doing it. If you're doing something literally, it's no longer a phrasal verb, isn't it?
Oh, well, that's a good point, isn't it? Well, that's a good point to make, isn't it? That a phrasal verb is something where the preposition changes the meaning, doesn't it? As you said, if you're hanging up a jacket, it's very literal,
If I
isn't it?
take down the sugar from the shelf, it's not a phrasal verb.
No, or if you take down Jean-Claude Van Damme with your right fist.
It's difficult. Is that a phrasal verb? That probably is.
Is it? Well, that's quite literal, isn't it?
Maybe. But you're not taking him down, you're knocking him out. I
Yeah.
don't know. I think we're straying from the subject here.
Yeah,
What
we
I'm
are
just
a bit.
saying is just because there's a verb and a preposition doesn't necessarily mean it's a phrasal verb. Sometimes it can be a prepositional verb. That's my
Yes,
point.
where they always go together, but the preposition doesn't change the meaning of the verb.
Yeah.
So the next one, to run out of something. I think this is really curious because we use this all the time, don't we? But perhaps it seems a bit weird for people who are learning English.
Run out of means that you have nothing left. Is that
Hmm.
right?
That's correct, yeah.
So you got no more. I've run out of sugar again. I've got to go to the store to pick some up.
Yeah, or to your next door neighbor.
Yeah, that's another thing I was thinking of. That was a real thing, wasn't it? Even I can remember it. You run out something in your house and you go next door and you'd say, "Have you any sugar?" You'd never do that now. I would never, even in a million years, go to my neighbor and say, "Have you any sugar?" Because what are you talking about there? You can order it online. There's a shop open 24 hours a day, five of them on the street just outside. Why are you asking me this? You're just a weird guy.
That's true, isn't it? It would be really odd to do that nowadays, wouldn't it? I suppose the idea before it was always a romantic encounter, wasn't it? I thought like,
But it makes sense if the shops all closed at 6 p.m. and you needed something and there's no internet, you can't order it, then you ask your neighbor,
yeah, you're a attractive neighbor.
your attractive neighbor, yeah, to break the ice. Yeah,
And they're like, oh, you didn't really want any sugar, did you?
exactly.
One
But
thing leads to another.
my neighbor's in her 90s, so
Maybe not your cup of tea. I don't know. This applies to the idea of being literal, doesn't it? If you run out of, I don't know, run out of the house because it's burning down.
Yeah, exactly. That's not a phrasal verb. I ran out of the house. That's a prepositional verb. That's a good
Yes.
example, isn't it? So that's the difference.
Yeah, exactly, because it's literal.
If you run out of sugar, there's no movement per se.
Yeah. It's just anything becoming empty. You don't have it. Often we say we run out of petrol as well, don't we?
Yeah.
Or run out of milk. Obviously, very similar to the sugar example. Quite frequently used. Next one.
The next one is tell off. This is a very common one. It means to tell someone they've done something wrong, to criticize someone. So you were half an hour late, so I told you off. The student didn't do the homework, so I told her off.
It's often used, isn't it, with parents or teachers, isn't it?
Yeah,
You're crossing the road and you don't look both ways, and so your mum tells you off. You say, you have to look both ways, otherwise you might get run over.
yeah.
Run over. Is that a phrasal verb again? Is that literal?
Again, a grey area. I think probably is literal, isn't it? Run
Yeah.
over. It's hit by the car.
Of course, the teacher can tell you off because it's not something particularly bad, is it? It's just like you've done something wrong. They're telling you it's a bad thing or you should have done it. So it's quite a good phrase. I don't know if this is essential. I suppose it depends how much you drink, but to pass out,
Well, it doesn't have to be related to drinking.
I suppose not.
It has a couple of meanings to pass out, doesn't it? It
Oh,
means
I
it means
suppose so. Maybe saying more about me than it is about.
it means to faint most commonly. So if somebody's drunk too much, then they might pass out. It's a very hot day, so people pass out.
In terms of becoming unconscious, isn't it?
Yeah.
If it's a hot day, you could pass out from the heat.
I remember watching the fireworks with somebody and she passed out. I don't know, she had sort of reaction to the lights and everything, and she passed out.
Oh, wow.
That was a bit shocking. I was very surprised.
It's important not to confuse it with pass away, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Pass away means to die. But you can
Yes.
pass out also of military school or something like that, where you successfully take the exams and you go into the next stage. I think sometimes used like that, isn't it?
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, you're probably right. I'm not too familiar with that.
So Johnny went to military school and after 2 years, he passed out.
Do you say that?
Yes.
Oh,
To
really?
complete one's initial training in the armed forces or in a particular trade. There you are.
Oh, wow.
Check it, it's on Google. Never lies, is it?
It doesn't, but is it American English?
Well, it says chiefly British. I thought it was American, but it says it's chiefly British.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
So I hear you wrong.
Very curious. I guess it's not something that I come across that often.
Definitely the fainting is the more common word. More people get drunk than go to military college.
Well, they do in the UK, I guess.
I'm going to read to you from Cambridge Dictionary, John.
Okay.
The new officers passed out from Britannia Royal Naval College on Thursday, the 1st of August. It is less common, nothing to be ashamed of.
I use come across as well. That's not listed here, but maybe we'll come across later.
Okay.
That's quite a good one, isn't it? Come across. Is it worth
Yeah.
mentioning?
To come across, to discover by accident. I was
Yeah.
walking down the street and I came across a unicorn in pajamas.
A unicorn. That probably doesn't happen very often, does it?
No.
It's the national symbol of Scotland, isn't it? Apparently.
Is it?
I think that's true. Somebody
Okay.
told me that the other day.
Maybe they're pulling your plonker. I don't know, maybe. Wouldn't it be a Loch Ness monster?
Let me check, actually. Yes, the unicorn is official national animal of Scotland.
Oh, really?
It's been the
Okay.
symbol of Scotland since the 15th century.
Strange for the Scots to choose an imaginary animal.
It says it represents purity, innocence, power, and an untamed spirit.
Okay.
So catch up with.
Catch up with someone that you haven't seen for a long time. That's what it means, isn't it? Well, I haven't seen you in a long time. I just caught up with John. He's just bought a yacht. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. And I put the yacht in Folkestone Harbour. So it's when you haven't seen somebody for a long time, isn't it? Often with a friend, You catch up with them, you see them again after and tell each other your latest news. That's what it's about. And I guess we can use it in another way. But again, is this not a phrasal verb? I
If
don't know.
someone's ahead of you and you're behind,
Yes,
if it's in physical space, maybe not. I need to catch up with my English lessons. I'm falling behind the class. So that would be a phrasal verb, definitely.
if I'm running behind somebody in first position and I catch up with them.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe that's just a phrase, a prepositional verb. But it doesn't really matter. It's just semantic differences.
Yeah, they could both be used in those ways, or those are the other forms of using it.
Yeah.
Okay, and the next one?
The next one is cool off. Cool as in Call, not as in cool, Cool. Well, I
Hmm,
think I say more or less interchangeably, but no, just make that clear. To call something off is to cancel.
it is, isn't it?
The match has been called off.
Because
The snow.
often it's something that's like an organized event, isn't it? To call something off.
Yeah.
I couldn't really call off my party.
No, unless it's a big party with invitations or something like that, then maybe.
Yeah,
If there's a few mates coming around, you just cancel it.
you wouldn't say that, would you,
Maybe,
if it's just a few mates coming around? The next one, I think you should face up to the new reality.
like to confront something in front of you, to realize maybe as well, isn't it?
It is.
To face up to the facts that I'm never going to be a world champion, taekwondo, boxing champion, maybe.
You could become the Tiddlywinks champion.
Who knows? You might have to explain what tiddlywinks are, though.
They're small little plastic discs, aren't they, that you flick into a cup.
Yeah,
All the young people out there are like, what? Why would somebody do that?
exactly. No one will play that anymore. That's sad.
It is sad, isn't it? What other ones were there?
Marbles. Play
Marbles? Oh,
marbles.
yeah, I played marbles. That was good.
Yeah.
Face up to the facts. We're not going to play marbles anymore.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to be just interested in, I don't know, speaking to AI. That's it. The last one, I guess. Grow up.
Well, you know what? You're just a bit childish sometimes. At your age.
I know. I think it's nice to be childlike, to embrace my immaturity.
Yeah.
I guess I could say I grew up in a village, for example.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other ways you would use it.
To grow up means to become an adult, isn't it?
It does, yeah. Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah.
This means you become an adult.
As you were using it, it's like, oh, grow up, as in stop being a child,
Yeah.
become more mature. I think it's interesting, actually. You get quite a lot of people who would say grow up plants, but we don't grow up plants, do we?
No. What do we do with plants?
We just grow them, don't we?
Yeah.
So that's quite a big difference, isn't it?
Yeah. And even animals, you say you raise chickens. You don't grow up chickens. We
That's
raise an
true.
animal.
Or breed them, I suppose, but I suppose that's
Yeah.
a bit different, isn't it? Or
Yeah.
raise chickens, look after chickens, I suppose.
Yeah.
I think we've come to the end. Do you want to tell everybody about yourself in case they don't know?
Yeah. My name's Gideon, and I have a YouTube channel called Let Them Talk TV. So do check it out. It's brilliant.
It is very good. Any latest episodes?
Latest episodes, I'm doing some on historical English. If you're
Ooh,
interested in Middle English, then I've got a few videos on that at the moment. More coming up. Middle
that's
English around 1400. If you're interested in how English sounded like at that time, then yeah.
I am quite interested actually. Does it come from the Midlands?
No, middle as in time.
Oh,
1150 to approximately 1500. That's Middle English. Okay. Shakespeare, some people are surprised to find out it's actually modern English. Actually, modern English, yeah, early modern English.
why should people know about things like this? I find it very interesting, but why can this appeal to the average person or the average English learner?
If you're an English speaker, if it's your native language or it's a language you've learnt, then I think just to learn something in isolation just how it is at the moment. It's good to know how we got here. Not everyone, it's not for everyone, but I find that kind of stuff fascinating. Not necessarily English, particularly English, because I'm English, but even when I've studied or even reading about other languages, how they changed, how Latin became Spanish and Italian and French and Catalan and that type of thing I find fascinating. And there's a lot of history connected with it.
Definitely. And I suppose there's potential links, aren't there, to everyday language as well, I should imagine.
Well, yeah, all the time. Even the most basics, like hello, a word like hello, we've only been saying that really as a greeting for 100 years.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah. Before then, it was like you'd shout at someone in the street, hello, which was to get somebody's attention. That's how it was to get someone's attention. It was really the telephone. You needed a way to answer the telephone. And I think it's Thomas Edison came up with hello, and then it spread as a greeting. But before that, we might say good day. I think they still say that very often in Australia, don't they? Good day. That's how you'd greet somebody probably around 1900. Oh, good day to you. And if you go
Yeah,
to Middle English, it's something completely different. You watch the videos to find out.
definitely. And just watch them on repeat as well.
Exactly.
That's the key to everything,
That's the
isn't it?
key. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks very much for joining me, Gideon. It's always a
You're
pleasure.
welcome.
You've been listening to English with Monty. Thanks for listening to English with Monty. For bonus episodes, sessions with the teacher, and discounts through our website, please sign up at patreon.com/English with Monty. Or you can join us for our English conversation group in London at meetup.com/Monty-English-conversation.